Now we're jumping into South Dunedin.
Yeah, so this is an interesting one. My parents were complaining about this. They saw it because they had a property there that's
Well, I
probably
actually think
affected.
Chewy was explaining some of this to me when I went down to
Uh,
Dunedin last time about how they put all the poor people in the very low at-risk areas
yeah.
of
Well, it's a
flooding.
very interesting story, I think, especially being from
Yeah,
this area. I'm a South D boy.
Walk away from the job. That Kia plans to
yeah, you
demolish more
are.
than 1,000 buildings on flood-prone land in South Dunedin have left some residents fearing their properties are now devalued. Despite council reassurances of a fair deal for those bought out, those determined to stay say demolition isn't the answer. Dunedin reporter Sam Ollie has more.
Lynn Newell retired in South Dunedin. She loves the sun and flat land for easy walking as she ages.
I've got a beautiful property that I've spent a long time getting to warm, cosy, insulated everything.
But on new council maps, it's an area likely for demolition, and now
And
I think it's
that's
absolutely worthless.
probably
She's part
the
of a
best bit about this area because it's so flat and there's like no hills around you. You get great sun like all day. So for that kind of lifestyle, it's actually great. You can just sit there in the sun. There's not too much shade. So especially
Well, yeah,
in
because I did notice that in some of the places, yeah, that with all the hills and
very
stuff.
hilly, a lot like Wellington. If you're on the wrong side of the hill, you're going to lose that evening sun or the morning sun. It's like one or
Yeah,
the other.
and
So
I think Chu was also saying that all the students get put in the cold, dark
yeah,
spots.
yeah,
Which I'm sure that'll help with them with their studies.
yeah.
stormwater action group that wanted more investment in pipes instead.
Not just the sewage, but the stormwater itself floods into our properties.
The council's three options planned for consultation next month remove between 1,100 and 1,700 buildings, most within 25 years, to put in combinations of wetlands, pipes and pumps, canals, parks and raised
So that's
land.
kind of funny if you know the history of the area. It was all swampland once. So this is literally built on swampland. Now we're like, let's turn it back into a swamp.
I know,
That's the
right? It's
solution.
almost like nature already knew what needed to be there,
Yeah.
and humans went, "Why don't I just do whatever I want?"
Yeah.
It's the same way in here in Wellington. A lot of those floods we saw not that long ago are in places that used to be like rivers and swamps. Crazy.
That other councils can look at.
Some homes in South Dunedin are just half a metre above sea level, $425,000, the average price.
We also have to remember a lot of the housing down in South Dunedin is very old. In the next 25, 50, 100 years, it's 100% going to be reaching the end of its life.
The council wanting to offer market
wanna fly
value
over
to
my school?
residents.
They will be treated fairly. There is an obligation upon the council to try and negotiate a negotiated settlement first. If that's not possible, then we defer to the Public Works Act.
And for housing in areas marked to stay,
If you've got something for sale at the moment, there might be a little bit of drop off in interest, but that will come back once people realise that actually there is a plan to make South Dunedin even better.
sticking with the status quo also means insurance will become increasingly out of reach.
We've heard that some sales completely have fallen over because they couldn't get insurance, and then some older people on a fixed income have struggled to keep up with insurance payments currently because they've just skyrocketed so much with the hazards down in the South Dunedin.
Anything that you do to reduce risk has got to be a positive contribution to insurance premiums and also to the availability of insurance.
To try avoid residents going through this again, all three council plans include new builds elsewhere on higher land.
And I know some community already, they're feeling not listened to, but it's a really, the consultation's just beginning again.
Though some deciding already they oppose all three council options. Sam Ollie, One News.
Yeah, really interesting. I think that story, like especially because they are giving them quite a few options and avenues to explore, and as the resident said, she wasn't happy with any of them. She just wants them to fix the drainage and the piping. As we've seen, that's a huge investment that will cost a lot of money, and ultimately, with the level these things are above sea level, that's long term not sustainable anyway. Like, given long enough, they're going to be underwater regardless, as we know, with how sea levels are rising. It's probably not really that much of a long-term strategy. So, you're muted, by the way.
It seemed kind of weird that they they did build in a spot that was so prone to begin with. Again, it's where I often question the decisions of the past. However, obviously we can't fucking change the decisions of the past. So I really do hope they put
I guess no one
genuine...
thought that all the ice caps were going to melt, I guess was the assumption.
No, they knew it was, they just didn't believe it.
I suppose.
They knew, because I mean, a woman warned about climate change in the 1890s.
Oh, you can't
I
believe
it was.
anything the woman would say, you know?
Exactly. God, we could have...
That was hysteria. She was just, she needed a husband, that was all.
Could you imagine what world we could live in if some of our ancestors had actually made good decisions that were...
I thought you were going to say, listen to women.
I mean, I was saying about people first decisions, and I would argue that I would see more of those decisions from women than men. Generally.
I mean, imagine if they did listen to Marie Antoinette and they actually did feed the peasants cake. That might have changed things.
Yes, but I really do hope they can find something positive, because pretty scary knowing that your house is like, I guess. Maybe what we can do to get people riled up about this is if we reframe it that the Dunedin Council doesn't want to protect future family homes. Don't we love those things? Don't we love family homes? So how about we protect the family homes or find ways to get them relocated to a safer area? I don't know. Maybe.